Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. Got a story that I want to share with you. It's actually two stories, but it's more of a topic and topic of note that you need to seriously take note of. I don't know if you recall me some time ago telling y'all about the laws that they have on the books. I think I did the video on Rumble and it was telling you how the Khazars have this law that they already have on the books, but you can see the quick progression of these anti-S bills, and I'm gonna have to change the language in order to get this video through. So bear with me. But anyway, let me read these two stories to you so you can see what's happening. The bottom line is America cannot get behind any bills or legislation or policies to prevent anti-Blackness and to denounce anti-Blackness, in particular, anti-Blackness towards African American descendants of chattel slavery. But they get behind everybody else and be anti-everything. So if you have not seen the writing on the wall yet, I don't know what you need to get you some glasses. You need to get you a new pair of eyeballs. You need to do something because it is obvious that they do not like us. Other thing you need to pay attention to is that the Khazars are showing you who controls this country. Look at the legislation. Look at all the billions of dollars that have been gone, redirected towards wars, and where this money has been redirected to. As I've told you before, this country is going to be bankrupt, run into the ground. There will be nothing for them to give you officially. I know the creator said they're going to have to give us gold and silver and all these different things. They're going to do recompense. But right here, right now, they're literally spitting in our faces, continuing the policy of benign neglect. And so if you haven't been paying attention to the anti-Khazarism, and that's I'm going to have to say that, but you really know what I'm talking about if you follow this channel. So if I say anti-Khazarism, then you know what I'm meaning. So it says, Harvard, Penn, and MIT formally rebuked over campus anti-Khazarism after House resolution passes. So this is a day ago. So it says the House passed a bipartisan resolution Wednesday denouncing the widely criticized congressional testimony last week of three of the nation's most prominent university presidents about how they're handling a troubling rise in anti-Khazarism on campus. The measure was introduced by Representative Elise Stefanik, who is a Republican and a Khazar from New York, and Majority Leader Steve Scalise, he's a Republican from Louisiana, and then two centrist Khazar Democrats. I'm not going to say their names. One is from Florida and one from New Jersey. The resolution passed by 303 to 126 votes. So the majority of Congress voted for this bill or this resolution. So it says the rebuke wasn't entirely bipartisan. However, Maryland Representative Jamie Raskin, among other Khazar Democrats who voted no on and chastised their Republican colleagues for what they characterized as a political stunt. It doesn't matter if it's a political stunt. Remember when, I can't remember if it was Ronald Reagan, one of these Republican presidents had been caught, or not caught, but basically made H laws. I can't say it because I don't want to get in any trouble. But I can't say it. I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, there's a law that the fake people over yonder made. They have this 7 laws. But anyway, if you disobey those laws, they can basically do stuff to you. And America created a resolution and basically adopted that decades ago. And so now you see where they are fast tracking their way to these people basically taking over our government. Our government has been hijacked. And if you cannot see it, if you haven't seen it over the last 3-4 years, um, the globalist agenda and the Khazar agenda have merged. And they were always together, but now they're out in the open. Nobody's hiding anything, so you can see what is happening. And so you see, the very people who were complaining about, oh, they say we control everything. You're seeing them actually, you're seeing who controls the stuff. And you're seeing their power in all aspects of our society, from war to education. So if you didn't know what time it was, you can see now that nobody's hiding anything. And this is why African American Black people should, abstain from politics, because you really are voting against your own interest and your own security. You're literally signing your own deletion warrants. Let's put it like that. So the resolution Raskin suggested was irrational in part because Sally Kornbluth, the president of MIT, is Khazarish. This cannibalistic instinct they've unleashed now turns on private citizens, academic leaders who will wear the scarlet letter A so they can have some more press conferences, Raskin said from the House floor, referring to Republicans. And so y'all know the Republicans are Khazarianists, but the word with the Z, the white evangelicals that love Israel and basically are agents to help the fall of us. And they know who we are and they know what they're doing. So this is why for the Black people who are like, I'm going to vote for Republicans, you stupid too, because no matter what you do, you're voting against your own interests. You're voting against your own people. You are literally helping the enemy fight you, make you poor, steal from you, take away your rights so that they can have more rights. It's just ridiculous. So if you understand the history, you understand why they are behaving the way that they're behaving, why they are targeting who they are targeting, and why they are making it clear loudly that they matter more than anybody else right now. You see what they're doing. Now, we ain't doing nothing. We ain't over here. We don't have no war. We don't have no military. We don't have no weapons. We don't have no technology. We ain't hardly got a piece of chicken to eat. We don't hardly have a good pocketbook to put no money in. But these folks got everything. And here they are talking about they need to be protected more. And everybody needs to do more to protect them, despite them being such a very small minority of people. People who control all aspects of society. Also. So it's just very interesting. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you need to get in them history books and get on this Harriet Tubman's internet and do some research before it goes down. Stefanik's viral line of questioning to the presidents of Harvard University, the University of Pennsylvania, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is MIT, led to the ouster of one of the leaders, Liz McGill from Penn, over the weekend. Medical school dean J. Larry Jameson was announced as interim president on Tuesday. Y'all see how they was giving the sister from Harvard all the smoke. With alumni and trustee support, Claudine Gay of Harvard and Kornbluth of MIT survived calls in recent days for their resignations. Harvard President Claudine Gay to stay, university leaders affirm support. When Stefanik, a Harvard graduate, asked the presidents on December the 5th whether endorsing the genocide of the Khazars would violate university policies, their cautious responses drew immediate scrutiny. So they want you to talk when they want you to talk. But it don't matter what you say. If you don't say nothing, you're in trouble. If you say something, you're in trouble. So see how everything they do is backfiring, but this is what they want. And for those of you who still believe you live in a democracy, you don't live in a democracy. You live in an oligarchy. You live in a theocracy. You live in an aristocracy. You live in something else, but you don't have no democracy because you can't even talk no more. I can't even tell you what the article says. It can't say certain words because I will be punished. So you don't live in a democracy. You don't live in a country where you have freedom of speech. As you can see, even in Congress, you cannot speak freely because you'll be attacked. So if you think these people were put in place accidentally or they were voted in by the people, they wasn't voted in. They were chosen for this time. And they're in their positions doing what they get paid to do. Take your rights, take your freedom, and eventually take your life. If you are Black, you still believe in politics, you still believe in democracy, you still think this country cares something about you, you are a tornado fool. It is a context dependent decision, McGill said. Gay and Kornbluth similarly responded that the situation would depend on the context, though all three presidents explicitly denounced anti-Semitism and Islamophobia during the hearing. As backlash over that moment mounted, the House's GOP-led Education Committee announced a formal investigation into the university's handling of the rise of anti-Khazarism on their campuses since the start of the Khazar and Arab War in early October. I'll say Muslim, not Arab, Muslim war. Gotta use keywords. It's just too much. It's too much. You can't even talk. More than 70 lawmakers, Republicans and Democrats, signed a letter, also led by Stefanik, urging the president to step aside. So you see, these people, you know who funding their campaigns. This person from New York, y'all know who run New York, just like y'all know who runs Florida. Y'all know who run California. Same people, same people. Wednesday's resolution makes reference to McGill's resignation and says that other presidents should follow suit. Those university presidents made history by putting the most morally bankrupt testimony into the congressional record, and the world saw it, Stefanik said at a news conference this week. I ain't seen nothing. I mean, they so dramatical, it don't even make no sense. And I know I'm making up words. Y'all just bear with me. That's my country Black lady coming out. But this don't even make any sense. Like all this nonsense, so much stuff goes on college campuses. Don't nobody have nothing to say. But as soon as you start talking about them people, they got to have for you to all. They gotta be the center of attention. They gotta have all the attention. You're not gonna forget them. And what they don't realize is they're playing themselves. They are overplaying their hand. The whole world sees now who they are. The whole world understands what they are doing. The whole world is finding out, wait a minute, now, these supposed to be the chosen people. They're supposed to be peaceful and all these things, kind and stuff in the book, poor. Wait a minute, they ain't poor. Wait a minute. If they was poor, how they have, so people are talking. People are reading the Torah and the Bible and figuring out, wait a minute. Now, if these people were in captivity and they're poor and they were oppressed and they were slaves, wait a minute. When were these people ever slaves? Wait a minute. So people are figuring this thing out. And as people figure this thing out, and as people start to talk about who the true people are, they got to try to distract us with all this other nonsense. But I want y'all to not be distracted, and I want y'all to see what time it is. Your country is sold out. Your freedoms have been taken away. Your identity has been stolen. And these people are controlling everything. So when you think you're voting and you are doing something for yourself, look at this circus right now, because this is probably like the last year, maybe 2 years, you're going to see in a Congress that functions in this way. But everybody's playing their hands. Now you can see their hands. Everybody's playing cards and you can see the hands. That's what you're witnessing. Tussle over anti-Khazarism activism. McGill resigned Saturday, as did the chair of Penn's Board of Trustees, Scott Bach. In a statement to USA Today, Bach and McGill was not herself during the hearing. She had been worn down by months of relentless external attacks, he said. Over-prepared and over-lawyered, given the hostile forum and high stakes, she provided a legalistic answer to a moral question, and that made for a dreadful 30-second soundbite in what was more than 5 hours of testimony, he said. Also, Wednesday, and so let me read this again. So, over-prepared and over-lawyered, given the hostile forum and high stakes. So even white people getting it. She provided a legalistic answer to a moral question. So it don't matter how you answer the question, you wasn't going to win anyway. And that made for a dreadful 30-second soundbite. Who controls the evil communications to make sure that that particular soundbite is played out of 5 hours of testimony? Come on now. That right there is the whole crux of the issue. They control everything. They control the politics. They control the evil communications. They control the education system. They control the monies. They control everything. They can even get you fired from your job. So, what recourse do we have? We don't have anything. Also, Wednesday, Representative Fox, Virginia Fox, Republican, North Carolina, the chairwoman of the House Education Committee, announced a new resource where students and faculty who feel they've experienced anti-Kazarmetic harassment can report those incidents. So now they got all this stuff for them. They have nothing for you, Negroes. They have nothing for us, African American, Black people, descendants of slaves, chattel slavery. In fact, they are rolling back all the things that were meant for us. They roll back your stuff and then they're creating new things just for all these different other groups, specifically for all those other groups. And they don't have to share nothing with us. We have to share everything with everybody, but they don't have to share their special policies and pots of money with us. So you see how this is working out for y'all while y'all running around here helping everybody? You done helped yourself out of existence. That's what Black people have done. And you still can't convince them of nothing. They don't want to talk about nothing. I don't want to talk about no doom and gloom, as my daddy told me. Whew, I swear. The student-led editorial board at the Harvard Crimson, the campus newspaper, decried in an editorial Tuesday that they saw as a political interference dressed up as a prescription for anti-Khazarism. In name, the hearing was about students fearing for their safety. In practice, it was a pretext of opportunistic politicians to launch an all-out assault on higher education, the board wrote. And that's basically what's happening. The people want to control everything. They're taking control literally of everything. So if you don't get your children out of public education, if you don't get them out of these healthcare systems, if you don't get them out of everything that has to do with public, and create your own stuff, this is what you're going to be experiencing. They're not going to look out for our people. They're not going to look out for us. And so I can't express this to you enough. Now check this out. Education Department opens more civil rights probes. Now the Civil Rights Act was for us. And then they put everybody in the kitchen sink in it. And so now it's so watered down and diluted. Now, and it's been co-opted. You don't even have a Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights Act is for everybody but the Negro. So we done. There's nothing here for you. Nothing. You have nothing to fight for. Everything that you did have, you fought for, has been taken away from you. You gave it away. You lifted up your arm, held up the umbrella. Come on, white lady. Come on, LGBTQ people. Come on, disabled. Come on, senior citizens. Come on, everybody, everyone. Blind, crippled, mentally ill. Just name something. Just come on. Come on. You can be with us. We'll help you. Everybody else got something except for Negroes. So with that said, we done. That's all I can say. We are done. Ain't no need to vote. Ain't no need to worry about nothing. You're not getting anything. They're not giving you nothing. They don't like you. And I don't know how many ways I have to tell you, they don't like you. They don't like you. Black people, America don't like you. Your Congress, they don't like you. These systems and institutions, they don't like you. So come out of them. Period. Last thing I want to show you, because this also happened, and I don't know if you are aware of it. I'm not going to go into any more of this article, all those about at the end of it. And I will include links to it. The House also created another resolution that said anti-Zionism is anti-Kaiserism. This happened, I think, on December the 3rd. This was written on December the 6th. So it says Palestinian rights advocates are denouncing a congressional resolution that equates anti-Zionism to anti-Kaiserism, calling it a dangerous measure that aims to curb free speech and distract from the war in over yonder there. Got talking code. The Republican-controlled House again passed the measure on Tuesday in a 311 to 14 vote. 311 representatives voted for this, with 92 Democratic members abstaining by voting present. The symbolic resolution, and it doesn't matter if it's symbolic, it matters that it passed a House and it goes into public record. And it does mean something, even though they say it's symbolic. If the right Senate comes into office, it can just be dusted off and shoved over there and signed into law. So you have to understand, for the last, say, 10, 15, 16 years, both parties have been working to set the stage for what's coming and for what's happening now. And they've basically given these people unbridled power and made them a class of people, or at least they're trying to. And most people don't even realize what's happening. So it says the symbolic resolution was framed as an effort to reject the drastic rise of anti-Kaiserism in the United States and around the world. Well, people can see. You ain't gonna stop us from seeing what we see unless you turn the lights off and turn the power off and turn the evil communications off, so we can't see what they doing. They ain't gonna stop nobody from seeing how they blowing up stuff over there. Ain't gonna stop nobody from knowing how many folks they killed. We can see. We know what's happening, and we know when they finish over there, we know they coming over here for us. We know they're going all over the world trying to make sure we're not here. So I just want to show y'all what's going on in your Congress. You're done. We are done as a people. The identity thieves have hijacked your politicians. They have hijacked your Congress. They have hijacked your president. They have hijacked your banks. They have hijacked your education system. They have hijacked your criminal justice system. They have hijacked your entertainment. You are done, Negroes. And white people, y'all done too. They've been on our necks, but now they on your necks. So y'all getting ready to start losing your jobs. You getting ready to start losing your privileges and your rights, because you're going to find out that those people control everything, and you thought you were better than us. They're getting ready to show you y'all just like us. And the people that you voted for, people that you thought had your best interest, are getting ready to show you they don't care nothing about y'all either. But that's what happens when you play the type of politics that y'all play. Zero sum, taking from some so you can win, or somebody got to lose so you can win. Well, that's still going on. But now y'all on the losing end with us. So we try to tell you, but you didn't listen. And now look at us. We all living here in this fallen empire, going to hell in a handbasket. We're all going to be collateral damage. Sad state of affairs, but that's what happens when you don't care about other people and you think nothing is going to happen to you. Eventually, what goes around comes around, and it's time for the Gentiles to get their just desserts. So, as we watch the empire fall, you watch the power structure change and shift so that it benefits those people over there, in that region over there, because they're setting up for this final world government that we're already in the throes of, but they're making it official here because this is the big thing that has to fall. And so they're setting the stage for the civil unrest that I was telling y'all about earlier today. So just giving y'all a heads up. Read these articles, read them well, digest what's happening, because this is just the beginning. But you're seeing the transition of power take place right before your eyes. Your white politicians sold you out. Your black politicians sold you out. This country is done. And there's nothing we can do about it physically. All we can do is pray to the Most High, ask for forgiveness for our sins, and pray to be found worthy to escape what's coming. Because the sword is coming. The sword is coming. Watch my video on Rumble about the King Alfred plan, because I talk about what's coming to the Negro in that video. And I couldn't put it on YouTube, but I really want y'all to watch it. I would put a link in the description, but they usually don't circulate those videos when I put links to other external sources. So I may try to put it in the comment section. But if you have not watched that video on Rumble about the King Alfred's plan and what is going to happen to Black people, you need to watch it, especially Black men. We living in dangerous times, y'all, and that's all I can say. The Khazars are exerting their power in every way possible to make sure their lies remain lies, and to make sure the truth never comes to light. Wake up, come out of this system, stop voting against your own interest, and stop thinking one party is better than the other. Neither party has the interest of the Negro at heart. And so the sooner we get that in our systems, the better. All right, y'all, this is Marla K. Love y'all, and I'm out.